Hey, Susie. Do you have a minute?
Of course. What's up?
Well, about next week's trip. Where are we going again? Boulder? That's a place you're familiar with, right?
That's right. I booked a nice little B&B. My mother used to work there when she was younger. Not just her, actually. That's how I paid my way through college. It's pretty well known in the B&B community.
Ah, well, I've canceled the reservation.
What? You canceled it? But why?
Well, the truth is, I was speaking with some of the neighbors recently, and I got to thinking that it just doesn't agree with me.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, seeing as it's a bed and breakfast, it sounds like it's probably well out in the country. That sort of place probably suits you just fine. But my family is just not used to that kind of thing, you know? So I thought it would be best to have a change of plans.
So you just took it upon yourself to do that? The kids were really looking forward to it.
Well, don't worry. I booked us a nice new hotel.
A new hotel?
Yes, at a nice resort in Vale. They had a suite available, so I just had to take it. It's about $350 per night. Not the cheapest, but good service isn't free, you know.
$350 per night? Is that per person?
Of course, dear. You don't think we could get that kind of price for everyone together, do you?
That's a really expensive change to make without talking to us first, don't you think?
Oh dear. Are you worried about the price by chance? Fret not, darling. I'll pay for the grandchildren, of course. I guess I might as well pay for Harold as well.
No, that's all right. We'll manage to pay for the kids as well somehow. But really, could you try not to do this kind of thing in the future without talking to us first? We have an obligation to the B&B as well.
You know, Susie, you can't live off of obligations. We should go somewhere for appearances, not out of obligation. I hate to say this, but I could hardly tell the neighbors I was going to a B&B in Boulder of all places. It's embarrassing.
Sharon? That B&B is kind of an institution. It might not be able to beat out a resort hotel in service, but there's usually a reason places like this can stay in business so long, you know?
Oh my! Are you trying to lecture me now? Tell me you're joking.
No, I don't mean to lecture you.
Come now, Susie. I've been traveling inside the country and out since I was a child. No offense, but I don't think I need to be told what makes a good hotel by someone like you. You've only been on a handful of vacations in your whole life. So I'd rather you kept your uncultured opinions to yourself, if you please.
I see.
Anyway, we're going to be on different flights, so let's meet up at the airport after we both land. I'll be there around 10:40, okay? Try not to forget. I'll tell Harold and the others. Susie! Good news.
Oh, yeah?
You know the hotel we're going to in Vale? It turns out that my old boss is working there. He saw our names on the guest register and sent me an email.
Oh, really? That's nice, isn't it? What a coincidence.
I know, right? He said he's going to pull out all the stops for us, be it room service or anything else. Isn't that so lucky?
Yeah, that's amazing. I guess I should expect no less from you.
Now you're getting it. It looks like it was definitely a good idea to change the hotel, huh? Cabin, B&B, please. I'm sure the kids are going to much prefer this glamorous hotel to an ancient beat-up one.
You're probably right.
I just landed. Are you already here? Where are you?
We're just about to check in.
Really? I thought I told you to meet me here. Oh, well, I'll head over there now. Ah, Susan, I'm so sorry. I just realized I overlooked something important.
Oh, what did you overlook?
Well, looking at the reservation details now, it seems I only booked the room for 2 adults and 2 children. I'm so sorry. And, well, it seems like they don't have any other rooms available today. I guess you'll just have to stay somewhere else. Oh, I know! You could just sleep in the lobby. With a hotel like this, even the lobby is bound to be comfortable.
Oh, quit pulling my leg.
Actually, this is rather hard to say. But I guess there's no better time to say it, so I might as well. The truth is, I've been worried that if we travel together, your, poverty, for lack of a better word, might rub off on me. So I'm terribly sorry, but it looks like you're going to have to sit this trip out.
Well, someone is certainly going to have to sit this one out. You're right about that.
What's that?
Like I said, we just finished checking in. So you can feel free to do whatever you'd like.
Huh? What do you mean? You don't mean that you're planning to shut me out, do you? There's no use fighting me, dear. One call from me and you'll be plucked right out of the hotel. You might as well just wait outside with a switch and consider yourself whooped. Now hold on just 1 second. What is the meaning of this? You said that you guys had checked in already. Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm outside walking with a switch. Well, I guess it's more of a walking stick than a switch.
We're hiking. Hiking?
That's right. I mean, we're already checked in. Might as well, right? And let me tell you, it is fantastic. The Flatirons are really beautiful this time of year.
What? You're joking, right? You're in Boulder?
Well, yeah.
Don't you? Well, yeah, me? Tell me this is some kind of sick joke.
I'm afraid not. Here, I'll send you a picture.
I can't believe it. I can't believe this! Didn't I tell you to meet me at the airport?
The kids told me an interesting story a few days ago. They said you were bad-mouthing me on the phone. And you told them I couldn't stay at the hotel because of grown-up matters. They came up to me and Harold in tears. I don't want to go without you, Mom. Why aren't you going?
Really?
I had no idea you didn't like me so much that you would go to such lengths. But there's also another reason. You didn't actually cancel the B&B reservation. You were planning to just no-show.
I mean, but of course. A place like that. There's really no need to call. How did you know that anyway?
Not that it matters. But I called them 3 days ago to apologize. And they asked me about dinner reservations and allergies like nothing was amiss. So I thought to myself, you can't just not show up to hotel reservations, you know. In the worst case scenarios, these things can even end up in court. Anyway, so we talked it over as a family and, well, you can see the result for yourself. And there would be a cancellation fee as well. I think it's the same thing for your hotel, right? If you cancel just 3 days before, you still have to pay 70% of the fee. Plus, Harold was a bit irritated. He said it wasn't a good way to cancel. I guess that's just a pittance to you, but...
Do you think any of that serves as an excuse? After I went through all the trouble of setting up the reservation for this hotel? Is this how you repay someone who does a favor for you? It's completely unforgivable. Although I guess I should have expected it from someone of your low taste.
Sharon, I've been trying not to say anything for a while now, but You know that I know way more than you about hotels, right?
What do you mean? I should think not. I know for certain you said you've only been on a handful of vacations in your life.
But do you know why that is?
Because you're poor.
No. It's because I'm always traveling to hotels for business. It can hardly be considered a vacation. I work as a hotel concierge.
What now? What?
I help people plan their vacations from step one. Naturally, I find hotels for them. But I also have to know about all of the sites and spots around the hotels. If we're talking big hotels, I've been to just about everyone in the country in the last 10 years.
What?
And with all of that experience and knowledge, I would give the B&B that we're at right now a definite 5 stars.
You're joking, right? I can't believe this. So what? I'm supposed to just stay in this hotel by myself?
Having a whole suite all to yourself sounds kind of like the dream. I'm a bit jealous.
You're a concierge or whatever, right? So get my family's travel arrangements set up and send them over here immediately.
I am afraid I can't do that. Just think of the distance. But you could start heading over here. Harold and the kids might not be too thrilled, but I don't mind if you do. It's only a couple hours drive. You can do it.
Are you making fun of me? My boss has helped out with all of the preparations and set everything up for me. It wouldn't be very fair to him if I did that.
But what was it you said before? You can't live off of obligation or something.
That was different.
Something. We should travel for appearances, not out of obligation. I had a bad feeling that things would get complicated with my mother-in-law from the first time I met her. But I never thought she'd go so far as to set up a weird plan like this one. And she got desperate after that. Even the hotel was worried when she insisted that she could eat food for 4 people all by herself. But in the end, they did as she asked and served it all to her. And as could be expected, they ended up having to call a doctor after. Looking at her, sick, wailing about how she would rather die than pay a cancellation fee, I think her old boss was rather taken aback by how focused she was on money. In the end, the trip ended up dragging her appearance through the mud more than anything. My husband, Harold, said he had a lot to think about his relationship with his mother. After we got back from our trip, he called her and let her have it. Having said everything there was to say, they haven't been in contact since. Our trip was really great, by the way. Great food, beautiful view, and parks, not to mention great service. We were more than satisfied. We promised the kids we would go back next year. Maybe it's because of what happened this time, I'm not sure. But we've been going on more trips as a family and spending a lot of quality time together.
Sandy, are you there? Pick up, would you? Are you still holed up in your room playing games on your computer? You do know that you're a housewife. You have responsibilities. You know, like cooking and cleaning. I won't stand for this loafing off all the time. Is this you, Mother? I'm not at home right now. I had to go out for a while. Huh? You're out? Where? Hey, wait a sec. Don't tell me you used that spare key to get into her house. How many times have I said we need our privacy? You can't just go in and out of her house whenever you like. I thought Mark took that away from you. How'd you get it back, or did you make another spare somehow? Yes, just in case. I had another one made. What's wrong with that? Are you serious? Anyway, what are you doing going out on a weekday? You should be at home cleaning or cooking tonight's dinner for Mark. Don't tell me you're having an affair. I will not stand for it. Are you for real, Mother? Are you really asking me that? I really can't be doing this. I'm in the middle of the crosswalk texting this. Where the hell are you? I'm sorry, but I really don't have time for this. Gotta go. Oh, and please don't go into my office space. I have important work stuff there. I put a lock on the door just in case, so... You what? Put a lock on your door? Gotta go. Sorry. Sandy, are you there? Do you have a minute? Hi, Mother. Nice evening, huh? Can I help you with something? I'm going to get right to the point. I want you to live with me under one roof from this day forward. Seriously? Where did this idea come from all of a sudden? There was no use trying to hide it. The doctor gave you a life expectancy, am I right? Huh? Life expectancy? Like I got a year or two to live? Is that what you're saying? Yes, not in years though. I hear it's like 3 months. You have 3 months to live. Knowing that you married Mark, how could you? I can't believe you kept it secret. You married Mark and joined our family knowing full well that you didn't have long to live. Excuse me, but where the hell did you hear that? 3 months, are you for real? You did go to the hospital yesterday. Don't lie to me. I had you checked out. Yes. A friend of mine was in the hospital for an injury, so I visited and... I said don't lie to me. To be truthful, I want you to divorce Mark right away, but getting rid of a daughter-in-law who has 3 months to live... Well, it wouldn't look very in the public's eye. But the fact is you conned Mark into marrying you. That's an unforgivable crime. As punishment for misleading us, I want you to use the rest of your life, the 3 months you have left to work for me, to do everything I say. You got that? We will live under one roof from this day forward. Don't you even think of checking into the hospital. I really can't make that decision right away. No, you must make up your mind right this minute. Hey, Mark, you still working? Can I talk to you for a second?
Hey, Sandy, what's up?
I just got a text message from your mom. Is she off her rocker? She's saying some weird stuff.
What did she say this time?
Well, this is gonna sound strange, but please bear with me. Apparently, I have a life expectancy of 3 months. I have 3 months to live, it seems. So, during these 3 months, she wants me to live with her and work as her slave until I die.
She really must be off her rocker. You got that physical last month, right? The results said you were super healthy. Not a thing wrong with you. And you have 3 months to live? Who the hell told her that?
Yeah, weird, huh?
Wait a sec. Could it be about that?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe she came into the house without permission and happened to eavesdrop on me while I was working. She's always sneaking in and out of our house.
I see.
So, what do we do about it?
Yeah, well, we got everything prepared and ready to go, so what do you say? Is the mission a go?
Roger that. Sandy, what's taking so long? I haven't received your answer yet. What are you going to do? How much longer are you going to make me wait? Sorry, didn't mean to keep you waiting for so long. I just got a call from a friend, couldn't pick up. And so, what are you going to do? Are you ready to live together? Okay, as you requested, I won't check into the hospital. Now that's the answer I wanted to hear. Get ready for Mother's boot camp. But I need a little time to get things packed up. Huh? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you want me to move into your place with just the clothes on my back, do you? I need to pack my belongings, my apron, white gloves for checking for dust. You know, cleaning stuff. Do you just want me to dress in one set of clothes? Well, of course, you'll need a change. Right? So I need at least 3 days to get everything ready. Are you okay with that? I will get all my stuff ready during this time, so please be patient. And another thing, the house will probably be really dusty while I'm getting prepared, and we all know you have a severe allergy when it comes to dust, so I urge you not to come to the house during this time, for your own good. You're right about that. Your place is dusty as it is, so... Yes, well, 3 days and I'm expecting you. Sandy, are you there? It's been 3 days. I take it you're all done packing and ready to come over. It's almost evening. Grab your luggage and get over here right away. I need you to prepare dinner. I also have a list of chores I want you to do starting tomorrow morning. This place will look like new in 3 months' time. Lots of trash lying around, too. The bathroom and toilet need cleaning, too. Oh, yeah, and fridge is packed with expired food. I need you to clean that all out and refill it. Like I said, dinner tonight. It's almost 5 p.m. Just get over here, would you? There's 3 days of dishes piled up in the kitchen sink, so you don't have much time before dinner time. I would hurry if I was you. You can run down to the grocery store before they close and pick up all the stuff you need. I would appreciate if you would foot the bill, too. I mean, you're not going to need the money in a few months anyway. I really want to eat some steak tonight, the best they have. A bottle of red wine to go with that steak would be fantastic. I'll leave it up to you to pick out a bottle. Not the cheap chili wine, but a nice bottle of French Bordeaux. Oh, hello, Mother. As for Mark and I, we just arrived at our new home about an hour ago. Huh? What are you talking about? Yeah, just got in. Of course, all our luggage is still on the way, of course. I'm really busy with work now, so we just brought the bare essentials. Right now, I'm hammering away at my computer. Gotta get this project done over the weekend. As for tonight's dinner, we're thinking of ordering out some Vietnamese food. There was a nice one down the street. Actually, red wine goes good with ethnic foods. Huh? What the hell are you blabbering about? I don't see any sign of your luggage arriving. You're nowhere in sight. Have you lost your mind? Maybe the doctor screwed up. Your life expectancy was short-lived? Excuse the pun. That must be it. You're losing it sooner than expected. Sandy, answer me! Mother, what's the matter? Where in God's sake are you? I was getting impatient and went over to the house to bring you to my place myself. The next-door neighbor came out and said you and Mark had already moved out. Like I said earlier, we arrived at our new place at a little after 2 p.m. What are you talking about? We made a deal. You said you wouldn't check into the hospital and that you would give yourself up to me until your time is up. Hold on a second. I never said I would give myself up to you, as you so eloquently put it. Yeah, I said I wouldn't check into the hospital, but I never said I would be your slave. And about us moving, well, we had this plan way back. Besides, I'm perfectly healthy. I just got a medical checkup last month and I passed with flying colors. No need for me to check into a hospital. Huh? What's going on here? What are you saying? What about the life expectancy? The fact that you have 3 months to live? Mother, you enter our home without permission and eavesdrop on our conversation, am I right? That's probably when you heard about the 3-month life expectancy fantasy. Fantasy? No, I heard it loud and clear. That you only had 3 months to live. Clear as day. I heard it. It was some conversation that you were having online. The voice was through speaker, as I recall. What you heard was dialogue from a script. A script? What are you talking about? This involves my work, so I really can't talk in detail about it, but you do know that Mark is a scriptwriter, and also that he rents out a small office downtown. Well, more like small apartment hotel, where he can concentrate on his work. Yes, of course I know that. He says he can't concentrate on his work while at home. Too many distractions. He's always been that way. Even when he was living at home, he used to rent out a weekly apartment when he wanted to get work done. Yes, and that hasn't changed after we got married. As for me, I put aside a room in our home as my workroom. You knew we worked this way, but you would always sneak into our place without permission. Always making sure Mark wasn't there, and interrupting my work. Huh? Are you still insisting that you're some sort of businesswoman? You're just a housewife. Can't you get that through your head? You're a housewife just locking yourself up in your little playroom like some high school geek. Mother, are you still saying such things? You've been saying the same old thing ever since we got married. But it's true, isn't it? Your son is a scriptwriter and has been working this way for years. Suddenly, I come into your life and you can't seem to accept the way we live. You should open your eyes and face the facts. What are you talking about? Mark says he'll explain the rest. So, that's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Mom, are you there? So, you heard what Sandy had to say, right?
Mark, where are you? Your neighbor said you moved out. What's going on? I learned that Sandy only had 3 months to live, but now I find out she's actually healthy as an ox. What's going on? But I was sure I heard Sandy speaking with somebody in her room, and I definitely heard that she had 3 months left to live.
Like Sandy said earlier, that was a dialogue from a script. I wrote it.
Huh? What are you talking about?
The script I'm currently writing involves a woman who only has 3 months left to live. It's a tragic love story. Well, I wrote the script and dialogue, and then the voice actors take over and read the script. And then we edit and synchronize that on the PC. Sandy handles all of the editing work.
Oh, okay. Not sure how all that works, to be honest.
Well, simply put, Sandy is our script editor. She edits the actual voice recordings and synchronizes that to the images. You probably heard the edited dialogue that Sandy was working on. The part where the doctor tells the main character that she only has 3 months to live. The timing of your eavesdropping was spot on. You probably thought someone was talking to Sandy and telling her the bad news.
I can't believe this. So that was all an act. They were actors' voices.
Yep. So, Mom, we have to live our own lives. We can't have you disrupting our daily lives. So, I'm sorry to say this, but we no longer want any contact with you.
Huh? No contact? What do you mean? You're cutting me off? I'm your mother, for God's sake.
Well, actually, I always wanted to say something. You've always been super nosy about everything I did. That's why I had to work outside the home. Even in school, I always did my homework at the library or at the park. You do remember that, right?
Well, you said you couldn't concentrate at home. You need to work where it was quiet.
Right. It was because of you. You would always interrupt and nag on me all day. That's why I couldn't concentrate.
Huh? Me? You couldn't concentrate because of me?
Yes. You would always come into my room and complain about this or that. It drove me batshit. And when I was writing my scripts, I needed to concentrate completely on my work. With you nagging me constantly, it was impossible. Well, because I couldn't concentrate, it eventually affected my work. So what I did was rent out a small apartment hotel and use it as my office. A place where I would have zero interruptions. Nobody breathing down my neck. I eventually got used to this style of working and continue this way even after getting married to Sandy. Sandy is a film editor by trade. I met her on a project we worked on together. She never had a problem with her folks interrupting her work, so she continued her style of working after we married, but as it turned out, Sandy started getting hounded.
But I thought she was just a housewife, not a film person.
Actually, I told you all about her and her current job, but I guess you didn't bother to hear any of it.
I thought she quit after you guys got married.
I told you 100 times that we would continue working together as a team after we got married. This is a clear-cut case of abuse.
Huh? I was only trying to.
I am at the end of my rope. Mom, you harping on about this or that has really affected our work. We had to do something drastic to put an end to it. We just could not go on like this any longer. So please, we want you out of our lives.
Mark, you can't be serious. I'm your mother. What am I gonna do? Will I survive without you? You do realize that your father and I divorced years ago. I'm all alone. Are you going to abandon me to live in that big old house all alone?
Well, if you're willing to enter a senior citizen's home, I could help you with the process, if you want.
Senior citizens.
You could also think about returning to your folks' place back in Montana. That might be the best. Nice and quiet there. You could still work. You have some options. If you don't appreciate mine, well, work it out yourself. We really don't have the time and energy for this. I'm really sorry.
That's all easy for you to say. I haven't worked in years, and besides, what would I even do?
You want to contact me? Please go through Uncle Jim or Aunt Nellie, back in Montana. Don't cry and contact us directly. I think of this as permanent. I don't intend to see you ever again.
No, please, Mark, you can't do this.
Goodbye, Mom.
At first, we intended to just move far away, but I think something snapped inside Mark when he heard that his mother truly believed that he had only 3 months left to live. His mother actually seemed to revel in it, and that she was going to use me as a slave for the 3 months I had left of my life. Such a callous attitude. That was probably it. We had leased our current house some time back, and we're just looking for the right opportunity to put our plans into motion. And his mom gave us that. It was the right decision to move far from her, and to keep her address a secret. As for my mother-in-law, she was in shock for a couple of weeks, but I heard that Mark's uncle convinced her to return to her parents' home in Montana. But it seemed she started nagging her other relatives, mainly her nephew's new bride, which again got her kicked out of the family. Last I heard, she's still living in Montana, but in another town far from her parents' place. Apparently, it's a tiny beat-up apartment.